Okay, so this is our third healing of this series, and this is going to be the last one. So it feels like the energy has shifted since yesterday. I'm feeling a lot more energetic. If you'll notice, I'm out of bed. I even have lipstick on. You're welcome. Um, and so this healing is around adventure, around whatever, the next adventure for you is. Um, for me, one of the reasons that I set up this series of healings and called them the Joy Road healings is because there's an adventure that I really want to take that I've wanted to take for many years now, just haven't made happen for whatever reason. There's been like a block to it. And so if it feels like there's a block to a certain adventure that you want to take, whether like me, it's a road trip across the country, or it's another kind of a trip, or it's a retreat, or working with a particular mentor, or stepping into a new line of work, or stepping into a new relationship, whatever the adventure is that you've really been wanting for a long time, but haven't felt like you are ready to call in, or just haven't called in for whatever reason, this is what this healing is for. And so, you might see the results of this healing today. You might see the results in 6 months. It doesn't matter. We're working on the quantum level here. So it's going to be exactly, what you need at this time to help you take the next step toward that, whatever it is. So let's just ground in a little bit and feel into what this healing wants to do. I was just having a walk, so I'm a little thirsty. All right, so let's take a few deep breaths together. Just land in your body. Feel your back, feel your shoulders, maybe roll your neck a little bit, feel your fingers, your toes. Just feel yourself in this human body, in this human experience, grounding the quantum you into the physical human you, bringing the quantum energy and quantum possibilities that you are always connected to via your higher self, bringing those into this experience, this reality, this body. That's what's landing today. So feel yourself connecting to your tailbone. Feel your heart beat. Feel a line, a white color, like light white colored rainbow, whatever it is. Feel a line of light moving from your heart to your tailbone. That's your root chakra. And then feel that core drop down into the center of the earth, to the center of new earth, into the center of your heaven on earth, whatever works for you, ground there. Heart to tail to earth. And then from your heart, feel a line of light moving up to your higher self, connecting your human self fully and consciously with your higher self. And then if you like, you can draw a line of light from your higher self into what's coming through as the quantum core, like the source, pure source. You can think of it as God or the universe or whatever, but pure source of which we are all our own unique piece. So from here, from this place, and you can do this on your own, either by, watching this video again and playing this part, or just doing this in your own meditation, in your own, quiet time, in whatever way feels good to you. But from this place, we are connected to all possibilities. Every possibility that you've ever dreamt of, that you've ever desired, any adventure you want to take, you are connected to in this space. So from here, connect with the adventure that you are most excited about. For me, it's that road trip. I want to get in my car and drive through the United States, seeing beautiful things and eating really good food and staying in interesting places and meeting people. And I think there's a baby goat involved. So I'm connecting to that adventure. And whatever adventure you are most feeling right now in this moment, it can be a different adventure tomorrow, or you can, come back and continue to connect with the same adventure. Choose your own adventure, literally. Just connect with that. I'm actually seeing it as a dot of light in my field. And so I'm connecting that line that we just connected, I'm connecting another line to that dot and just feeling it. I'm actually feeling it come closer to me. You might be seeing this in a slightly different way or feeling it in a different way. It's perfect. Whatever's showing up for you is right. You're being guided by your higher self, your guides, your angels, your, quantum physics. So just connect with it. Just see what it wants to do. See what this adventure wants to do. I'm actually seeing mine like circling me. It's circling me. Okay. And yours might be doing something different. It's all perfect. Now it feels like it's coming into my heart. Okay. So, whatever your adventure is doing right now, ask it if it wants to come into your heart space. Because your heart space is where you can really connect with it on an emotional level. And when we connect with our dreams and our desires and these adventures on an emotional level, that's what start because of course our emotions create our reality. Which is one of the reasons that I work so much with feelings and so much with empaths, because empaths are the most potent creators, manifestors you will ever meet. Just most of them have to take a few extra steps first, steps that don't seem to be covered anywhere. So that's my big thing right now. But your feelings create your reality. So when we connect the emotions of that adventure, like, oh my God, I am driving through, Arizona right now. And actually, Arizona sounds really hot and terrible, but I am driving through some beautiful place right now. And this is so fun. And I know where I'm going to stop for lunch. And I'm really excited to see the stream that I can see over that, just like however you connect with that adventure, with that dream, with that desire, just feel it. Feel that right now. Feel it in your heart and just feel yourself there because you're already there. Because again, time and space does not exist. And so, time is not linear in the way that we've been taught. And so it already exists. You're already experiencing it. So just connect with that part of you that's already experiencing that adventure and feel that in your heart. And it's really fun. It's not fun, shift the energy or rethink your adventure or whatever you need to do to connect with it in a way that feels really good. And just feel yourself there. Feel yourself there now. Feel yourself experiencing it now because it's already happening. It's already happened. It's already there. And so the more we connect with it in this way, the closer it comes into our actual physical reality. And interestingly, guidance might start to jump in. For me, I actually just got the guidance that, like, okay, what would I like to have accomplished before I go on this road trip? Not to put like false barriers up in front of it, like, oh, you have to clean your storage closet before you get to go on an adventure. But like, actually, that is something that would make, in like Amber's perfect world, that would make the adventure more fun for me, knowing that my house was clean and cleared and, all the stuff that's been sort of hovering in my space, taking up energy, that was just done. So I could go and really enjoy it and feel like, okay, I'm coming back to a fresh kind of new house when I'm done. So for me, that guides me to feel like, okay, so actually the first step toward this adventure is just to do that like big Zen clean on your house and your storage, give a whole bunch of shit to Goodwill and clean everything up. And that's the next step for me. So if you're getting guidance around like, okay, what's the next step toward this adventure, even if the guidance is like clean something, uh, then, maybe take that as like, okay, let's do that. That will help ground this adventure into my reality. So it feels like some energy is stepping in now. It actually just feels like source light, just white, pure source light stepping in to be molded by your higher self into whatever it is that you need. That's really interesting. Again, I tune in with it for my particular adventure, and I'm almost seeing this light create what I need for this adventure, which would be, a car and well, that's all I've seen so far, but it seems to be creating what I need to be able to go on this adventure feeling really good. So feel this light, this pure white source light in your field, creating whatever it is you need, whether that's healing, whether that's something physically manifesting, whatever it is, just feel it, stepping in, feel it being created in your experience, in your field. So this light is just, it feels like it's working with that adventure, whether it's still floating out in your field or it's now in your heart. The light is working with that point of light in your quantum cosmic experience. And so it's connecting you more powerfully to this. I'm actually seeing for some of you like a web of light, almost like a web of light emanating from this experience that you're wanting and connecting to you, almost like a spider's web, which is powerful creation and powerful magic for sure. The word magic doesn't resonate with you, choose another one. Translating this stuff into human language is sometimes interesting, and it can create false barriers. So if the energy of something feels good but you don't love the wording, just choose whatever wording you most want, most like. Okay, so this light is still working with us. It's still, I'm really feeling it in my heart area. You might be feeling it somewhere else. It's perfect. Just stay present with this light. Some water. Ooh. And you don't need to know what the light is doing. I will sometimes get images as I'm doing these healings, either for you guys or for myself, for all of us really. Um, And sometimes I don't. And so if you're seeing things, great, that's guidance. If you're not seeing things, that's perfect too. The energy is working with you in the way it needs to. Sometimes we're meant to know and to see things, sometimes we're not. Sometimes it's more powerful for us if it works a bit more subconsciously. So don't, beat yourself up or like go looking for things. If they show up, great. If they don't, that's okay. That's perfect. Yeah, the light's still working with us. It's doing some stuff. So cool. Oh, and thank you, Rita. Rita says I have space in their home in Alabama. Awesome. If I make it to Alabama, I will let you know. We have some guides with us, so you may be getting nudges from your guides. It doesn't feel like I meant to call any of them out necessarily, but they are here. So if you're feeling them, that's great. Maybe they're telling you who they are, but they're just here for support, here to help us call in the experiences we most want in our human life, because we're here to have fun. We're here to experience. We're here to play in this aspect of our, cosmic experience. And part of that is getting to do the things that really excite us, getting to do the things and experience the things that we've been wanting. So this is, it's easy for us to default to old programming that says, oh, you're selfish for wanting to go on this adventure, or oh, you should use your resources in another way, or you should use your time in another way, your money in another way. And all of that is nonsense, pure and utter nonsense. We're here to experience things. We're here to connect with our joy and the things that light us up and the things that energize us in whatever way we can, because that's how we spread that joy and that energy into the world. And it's just how we get to have fun in this experience, because that is a big part of it. That's supposed to be a big part of it. So just feel the energy that's moving through you. I'm still really feeling it in my heart area, in my chest, a little bit in my back too. That's mostly because I tweaked my back this morning because I guess I'm old now. And that's fun. Yeah, the energy is just working with us. We're just sitting here in the energy. So allow that to just do what it wants to do with you. This is really, it's basically an energetic transmission that can move through YouTube. Cool. So if you're watching this later, you're receiving something similar, because you're stepping into this with us, out of time and space, because again, time and space, not a thing, not a thing. So, and that's helpful when we want to connect with these adventures, when we want to connect with these experiences, because we can just hop to the future self. We can hop to the part of us that's already in the experience, that's already had the experience, and we can be in that energy of us, because that's the energy that we need to be in to manifest it. And so we can be in that energy, we can be in that future self, and we can ask that future self for guidance. Like, okay, how did you get here? How did you get to this experience, to this adventure that this time me has been wanting? How did you do it? Because you've already done it. And so you can actually do a little bit of time jumping, time traveling to receive guidance from your future self who already has this. And that's super powerful. And that's something I should do more. Because of course, knowing these tools and hearing these tools is different than actually using the tools. So if you, and this is mostly for me, so if you hear me talk about something like this, like, jumping to your future self and receiving guidance from the self that already knows how to do this, actually do that, use that, play with that in, when you're exercising or driving or meditating or walking or going to bed, just play with it and be like, all right, hey, future self that already has this thing, that's already gone on this adventure or that is on this adventure. What's the next step for me to do to get there? How can I help you be there? And then just see what comes through. And maybe if you're in bed, you'll just fall asleep and you'll receive it on some subconscious level. And then over the next couple of days, be like, oh, I should do that thing, and just do that thing. So this is how we connect with the future reality that we want, that we'd like to bring in. Knowing that our higher self is guiding us, and we are, connecting with our higher timelines right now through these healings, through whatever is going on in your experience over the next month or so. Or maybe later, we're all on sort of different waves of this. You might be seeing this in a year and be, in that space at that point. It's all perfect. We are doing this exactly in the way that our higher self, that we ourselves set it up for ourselves before we came here. So you don't need to doubt your journey. You don't need to doubt your experience. You don't need to, worry about how it's going to happen. You just have to keep tuning in whatever way feels good. Do whatever feels good, even if it's the thing that doesn't feel good, like paying that bill or cleaning that closet. Those can feel good. They actually really can feel good. I don't mean to put like weird, that can't feel good because that's paying a bill. Actually, paying bills can feel amazing. And that's when we want to step into the energy of wealth, That's what we do. We step into the place where paying bills feels amazing. Like, oh, I'm paying for support. I'm paying for the fucking miracle of electricity. I'm paying to get to watch all the things on Netflix. That can be really fun, really fun. So I'm just checking in with the energy. Okay, it's winding down. It's winding down. Oh, and I'm being reminded to tell you guys that I'm actually going to be doing another set of the money healings if you joined me for those. This is going to be more in a paid container. So I'm going to be doing 7 of the healings for I think it's going to be $77 because that's what feels good to me now. It felt really good to do a bunch of them for free. And now it feels better to do them within a container. But if you really loved those or you want to play with those with me, I'll be sending out information about that to the newsletter and all that fun stuff. So if that's something that interests you, I think we're going to start next week. That'll be fun. So that'll be the next set of these healings, these group healings. So is there anything else that I needed to say? I'm also starting another mastermind, another Trailblazers mastermind coming up soon. I'm really excited about this one. I've been doing sort of a beta test, a 3-month beta test, and now I'm going to be doing a 6-month for people who are blazing their own trail, blazing their own path, doing their own work in the world, creating their own light, business, creativity in a way that really is supportive of of you and of the world. And, you're doing it in a way that other people really aren't. That can be so helpful to have big support with that, because it's not easy. It's not easy to step through the fear of that, or to, really show up in a way that isn't standard, because none of us are normal. This is not like leaping through cosmic quantum whatever is not particularly, it's the most normal thing in the world, but most people don't recognize that yet. And so we're kind of ahead of the curve here. And so it can be scary to be ahead of the curve. So I want to really create a really beautiful container of support, and big, massive channel healing support for people who are doing that. So that's what's coming up next. I'll start talking about it soon, but you can always just reach out to me for details if you want it. And yeah, the energy's complete. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks, light. So yeah, this felt like a really good one. It felt like some good tools for, creating that adventure, that experience came through. So, feel free to watch this again. This will really serve, I think, as you're creating whatever it is you want to create. So please do that. And just keep tuning in. Just keep tuning in to that little point of light that is that adventure for you, and just keep letting it guide you, letting it show you how to connect with it, how to bring it down into the physical reality so that you can actually experience it here in the touchable reality. All right. Well, thank you all. And yeah, for any of the things I mentioned, amberadrian.com, it's all there if you're watching this later. So yeah, lots of love to you. I'm really happy that you joined me for these. This was a fun little set of them. Joy Road, yay. And yeah, so I love you all, and I will, I'm sure, talk to you soon. Mwah.